It is better to offer no excuse than a bad one. Happiness and moral duty are inseparably connected. To be prepared for war is one of the most effective means of preserving peace. Observe good faith and justice toward all nations. Cultivate peace and harmony with all. The harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. Truth will ultimately prevail where there is pains to bring it to light. Discipline is the soul of an army. Guard against the impostures of pretended patriotism. Liberty, when it begins to take root, is a plant of rapid growth. Labor to keep alive in your breast that little spark of celestial fire, conscience. A free people ought not only to be armed, but disciplined. I had rather be on my farm than be emperor of the world. Few men have virtue to withstand the highest bidder. Government is not reason, it is not eloquence, it is force. Perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Worry is the interest paid by those who borrow trouble. It is impossible to rightly govern a nation without God and the Bible. The basis of our political system is the right of the people to make and to alter their constitutions of government. My first wish is to see this plague of mankind, war, banished from the earth. Let your heart feel for the afflictions and distress of everyone. Leadership demands more silence than speech. I led men in war, but I prayed more fervently in peace. The weight of a crown never appealed to me, only the weight of duty. I feared power because I had seen how men loved it. The republic will endure only if virtue does. Honor is a man's truest legacy. Better to lay down the sword than be ruled by it. Victory begins in the will, not the field. Let history be our judge, not our ambition. Freedom must be guarded with both words and muskets. A farmer's hands build nations as surely as a soldier's. Power entrusted must be power restrained. A man of principle need not fear a government of laws. One's greatness is measured by how swiftly he returns to humility. Let us be cautious of passion masquerading as patriotism. No army wins without discipline, and no republic survives without it. A just cause needs no ornament. Let the facts speak. Every generation must earn liberty anew. I feared the praise of men more than their muskets. Rebellion gave us liberty. Restraint will keep it. A republic cannot be governed by applause. Unity is not the absence of differences, but the triumph over division. The sword should be the last resort, never the first pride. A quiet conscience outlives any monument. If we do not govern ourselves, others surely will. No general commands the storm. He simply prepares his men to march through it. In private reflection, I found more wisdom than in public applause. An honest man sleeps better than a celebrated one. The foundation of freedom is self-control. Let us build a government of laws, not of rulers. You cannot bind liberty with chains and call it safe. The cost of independence is paid by every generation. The soldier fights not for glory, but for the rights of the unknown. A nation cannot be free unless it is first good. The truest patriot is the man who holds his own government to account. I laid down my sword, that the people might pick up their voice. Justice is the only soil in which freedom can grow. I returned home not to rest, but to serve in silence. We must teach our children that liberty is not inherited, it is earned. no tyrant fears war. He fears the vote. A republic demands civility more than any crown. I trusted Providence, but kept my powder dry. Let my farewell speak more than my oath ever could. He who loves peace prepares the next war with wisdom, not weapons. Let no man seek office who will not leave it freely. Character builds more nations than any constitution. The people may err, but they must be allowed to err freely. Freedom grows stronger in the soil of responsibility. The world will measure us not by our riches, but by our resolve. Beware the man who wraps tyranny in the language of liberty. Silence, at times, preserves more unity than 1,000 speeches. The torch of freedom must be passed, not clung to. Power should not rest in one man's hands, not even mine. I sought no kingship, only a quiet field and a free people. Every citizen is a sentry in the watch of liberty. Even the smallest injustice corrodes the whole republic. We win wars with weapons. We keep peace with wisdom. No man should crave power unless he fears it. The presidency is not a prize. It is a post. I signed no paper with more reverence than my resignation. Ambition must yield to the republic, or the republic will yield to ambition. No man rises above the law, and no office is above the people. When liberty trembles, even the strong must stand still and listen. A divided people lose freedom even without a conqueror. Let no victory on the battlefield replace humility in the heart. In public service, one's greatest strength is restraint. We must not only win independence, we must deserve it. I led with caution because I loved what I might lose. The success of the American experiment depends not on leaders, but on citizens. Better to fail with honor than to rule by fear. The future will remember us by how we treated each other, not by how we fought. The liberty we planted must be watered by reason, not rage. Each man must be a pillar in the temple of liberty. Let the Constitution be the sword and shield of every citizen. My farewell was not a goodbye. It was a reminder. No title will follow me into eternity, but my example might. I feared the love of power more than the hatred of kings. The republic is safest when the citizen is vigilant. The courage of a soldier is great. The courage of a statesman is greater still. I served not to be remembered, but so the people could forget fear.